Guys, welcome back to Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. We have Streamlabs acting up this morning with an update, as it usually does. I think we're good. I think we're on. I hope everybody can hear me. I can't see me or hear me, but I think we're on. Yeah, I think we're good to go here. Guys, Clarity Act update. We just don't know when it's going to happen. I'm thinking Q2 2026. This is my opinion. It's a reasonable opinion, but it's my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor based on how humans behave once they're in power. I think we all know what the deal is. I think once we see what's happening behind the scenes long enough and we live long enough, we see the Clarity Act is going to, of course, bring rules to the crypto space, to the United States. At the very least, the House passed it, Senate has it. Everyone agrees crypto needs clarity. We're waiting for it. The real question is simple. Why is this not done already? Besides the bank discrepancy and charging interest and all this stuff. Besides all that, the Senate's moving slowly on purpose, not because they don't understand crypto or they can't work it out with the banks as far as yields and stable coins and blah, blah, blah. No, they're not confused. No, it's because of timing. Think about this. It's not tinfoil hat. Think about this. This is about the truth of human behavior. Once everybody had ever got wind of it and said, "Oh, there's like, well, we can make how much money on this stuff?" Now, hang on a second. Hey, you know, everybody's got somebody they can buy for them legally, and it's no problem. It's not. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not bad. I'm not saying this is a bad thing. This is human nature. Use your noggin. Use your head. They're gonna drag this out longer and longer to get positioned. Prices are still very low. Volatility is high. We're ready to do this thing. Retail is always skeptical, of course, at these times. But this exact environment where institutions are accumulating quietly, and everybody's ready to jump in. So I think it's clear. Capital inflow matters. Clarity matters. When this all happens, this is all going to be huge. These three things happen basically instantly. Regulatory risk disappears. Institutional capital floods in, of course, and prices reprice violently, and then you get the movement that everybody's been waiting for. So if you're sitting at the center of power, you don't rush this thing. Why does this make sense? Yeah, you're in these spots of power. You don't rush this. You think about the calendar. Q1 is cleanup, committee work, quiet positioning, blah, 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 right? Q2 is the clarity and the confidence, and then the capital inflow comes in. May is what I'm looking at. The groundwork will be laid. The rules will be finalized at that point, and that's when the switch is going to be flipped, amongst with a bunch of other things aligning. Everything is going to happen at one time. The people positioned are going to be doing just great. The people who are not, I don't know what's going to happen. Going to end up getting priced out. Not a financial advisor. But because this isn't about quick money, guys, this is about multi-generational wealth. It doesn't bother. This is fine. This is how it's done. Okay, this delay is not a big deal. This does not frustrate me in the least bit. It tells me that this time, of course, is real. If this were fake, it would have been rushed or doomed, or it would have been poorly done already, right? Or it would have been dead already. Instead, it's been handled carefully, and it's still on the table, and it's still slowly moving along, carefully and steadily. It's what happens before the system changes. Any system. This is my take. All right, Clarity Act could have. I'm thinking, why did this thing pass already? It's another drag out. You got to position even further, believe it or not. Greedy, 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 greedy. Not because it can't be done faster, because people who matter don't want it ready yet. This is all being suppressed still. Once it happens, it happens. Once the beach ball, um, blasts off out of the water, that's when we have it. That's when it all takes place. That's when we finally get our price action. Let me take those off. They're a little annoying. Let me get over to a share screen really quick and see what's going on with crypto today. 3.05 trill for a cryptocurrency market. Who cares, really? Honestly, who cares until we care? I don't care until I care, if that makes sense, on the crypto market. XRP is at $1.92 per XRP. Solana, $127. Doge is at 12 cents. Cardano is at 36 cents. Chain links at $11.94. And where are some of these things going? Who knows? In my opinion, some of these things are going far higher. Guys, don't forget Caleb and Brown, your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency brokerage needs. And don't forget about asteroids, cranking about almost 200,000 XRP trading in the past minute across these exchanges here, across these parts of the planet here. Let's go ahead and get over to, well, we'll get over to that in a moment. Let's stay on today's topic. When are they going to pass this thing? If we go over to congress.gov here, and you get over to the weekly view for what? Okay, so you've got the HEDIS, the HEDIS sessions, the Senate sessions, and the House sessions. And here, weekly view. If we go to the weekly view, we can see what's in store coming up. Let's see, Thursday, coming up January 29th. I thought there was something going on with, you know what I mean? And then you hit more. And then it shows you more of the schedule, and you see, oh, okay, business meeting to consider an original bill entitled Digital Commodity Intermediaries Act. And that's an older one that they're revisiting. It's not what we're looking for, of course. We are looking for the Clarity Act, all in caps, Clarity all in caps, standing for blah, 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 blah. I don't even remember anymore. Anyway, welcome into the channel, guys. We don't know when Clarity markup is coming. This is for markup, by the way. That's what these meetings are. So they go to markup. They say, okay, this is what we're, okay, we agree with this one now. That's written nicely. We agree. Markup looks great. Awesome. Send it to the president to get signed. Then the president signs it, and then it moves forward from there. And I think it only takes about a week or two or just some days after that. Anyway. That's what we're looking for, but not, of course, with the Digital Commodity Intermediaries Act, but instead with the Clarity Act, which is coming up very shortly. People, please, I am saying, that's what the episode's about today, I am saying Q2 2026, after the positioning. Nothing wrong. Come on, it's my opinion. From the powers that be that will be positioning and say, whoa, this digital asset thing's really a thing? Wait, are you going to pass this thing? You realize how high some of these things? You mean my cousin was right? Whoa, hang on there, Tommy. You try to tell me that my little punk-ass cousin, whatever, Jimmy Bob was correct with that baseball hat on backwards all day? And all right, fine. Sorry about the baseball hat backwards. Some of our listeners wear a baseball hat backwards, and, you know, God bless your souls. Look, I don't mean to make fun of anybody. I love everybody. I jest on the channel. I'm not a financial advisor, never buy or sell anything is what I say or do. Oh my gosh, that would be foolhardy because I am not that financial advisor. I'm simply an entertainer, an educator, you know, an information giver. That's all I am. I'm a talking head. I'm a talking head here on YouTube. You got to consult your registered investment advisor because crypto is very risky. You can lose your socks, your shorts, your pants, your glasses, everything crypto. So don't you dare buy or sell anything is what I say or do on the channel. But that's what's going to happen. I'll try to slow it down a little bit, but I get a little excited when I talk about this stuff because here's the dilly willy. All these folks in higher power and in the Senate and the House are all going to go, now wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that my punk ass nephew was correct about this stuff and this stuff's going to go to the moon? You're actually going to pass this stuff? Well, but now, hang on. I got to talk to my people because I don't think they can buy it themselves. I got to talk to my people, and this is my opinion. And then I think that's what happens. And if it doesn't happen, then I'm completely wrong, and then I'm not over the target. I have a right to just take a stab at it, and that's my opinion, that's my guess. In fact, that's my opinion, that's my guess. What's been going on this entire time is that crypto has been suppressed, not the least of which is XRP, of course, and some other digital assets that are going to take over this entire space have been suppressed like a beach ball under the water, but not just a little bit under the water, by like many meters under the water, and now ready to be let go. Enough where, don't worry, it's got a thick enough skin, it can handle the pressure under there. And then it gets let go, and then it shoots out of the water like a USO. And everybody's like, what in the world's going on? Is that a missile, a USO, or is that the beach ball of the XRP coin token? Yes, it is. People say XRP is a coin and a token. If you run on your own chain, you're a coin. If you don't, someone else's chain, you're a token. That's what I thought it was. Somebody enlightened me on that. I can't even see my comments, by the way. I had to anytime I have to restart Streamlabs, doesn't happen. Can't see comments, can't see me. I don't even know what I look like. I could have a bigger something on my nose here. I don't even know. Oh, now I can see some comments here. Good morning, Art Caffeine. Studio came over to try to help us, and I said, hey, you know what, Studio? I got it already. Thank you, Studio. Yes, Lodge, good morning. Marnster, good morning. Art Caffeine on Jax. And Rero, good morning. I can't get this thing to pull up. Blessed this technology. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I hope you had a lovely, lovely wake up. Hope everybody's doing well in the community. Be sure to tell me, if you have not already, what you do for a profession. I think it's fun. I want to know what my people do. And then also, you've got to tell me when your birth date is, but without your year, because we don't need to know how old people are, or get that exacting on things for security's sake. So anyway, in my opinion, I think crypto's going to go crazy. I think they're waiting till Q2. Welcome in, everybody. Please stop, like, subscribe. Sends us out. The algorithm sends us out to everybody. When we do that, please help and get us out to people and get more people on the show. Guys, I think that's what's going on. That's my crazy opinion. That's my tinfoil hat theory, is that this could have been done a long time ago. President knows about it. Everybody knows about it. Why in the world haven't they passed this thing? Well, it's to further the beach ball agenda and theory and agenda. And yes, Studio, can I have that ball, please, for my prop, please? Thank you. Thank you, Studio. Yes, thank you, Studio. Yes. Yes, it's to take something like this, like one of these big workout balls, right? Take one of these with a very thick skin and jam that thing under the water as deep as you can. All of a sudden, thank you, Studio. All of a sudden, before you know it, that thing pops out of water like a freaking USO or a missile or something. You're like, what was that? It's the XRP ledger, baby. It's XRP shooting to the freaking moon. And I was, I thought that wasn't going to, it's been so many years. I thought it was a crap coin. I mean, it didn't go anywhere. It went up, took a little high with the Trump pump, but everything else did too, and then it didn't go anywhere. They had clarity. I thought they were did everything all set up, all these partnerships. Everybody's like, blah, 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 XRP Ledger and ODL, on-demand liquidity, and it never went anywhere. What I thought that was a crap coin. I thought they didn't know it wasn't enough in the market. There was too many coins, and they dump on the market every month. And I thought there was too much anyway. There's not enough money in the world to send that thing to even like $5, $10. Like, what in the heck? What the heck happened? I don't get it. How did XRP go to $100 in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Yeah, the world's going to be shocked. The God candles are hither to which not been seen yet on this planet. And that's what's happening. Clarity Act, to get back to the episode today. Let's stay on topic. Taker does a little too much sidetracking. Let's stay on topic. I almost forgot the topic. No, I didn't. I remembered. It is Clarity Act. And by the way, why haven't they passed this little sucker yet when everybody knows about it? Trump knows about it. They all know about it. Because they're not positioned yet. And if that's too tinfoil hat for you, then you're on the wrong channel. I believe that's human nature, and that's what humans always ever do, is if there's an opportunity to capture more money, because that's what happened. All the latecomers, all the 75, 85, 80% of the end of the S-curve that comes into crypto or comes into, Telecom Act passed, a la 1999. Anytime, Clarity Act getting ready to be passed now, anytime right before these times, that lagging 75%, I'm going to call them, come on, be nice. I was going to call them knuckleheads. Those folks that don't pay attention very much and just like kind of follow the crowd and parrot, everybody's parroting, and even though they're in higher up positions, they're still parrots themselves, and they're like, I know my nephew Tommy's a genius, I know, but he figured out all these things, I know, but he's talking about this crypto now. Yeah, but he's been right on like the last 5 things. I know, but he's talking about this crypto. I know he's a genius, but oh boy, that's not what everybody else is telling me. They're telling me that Bitcoin is garbage for nefarious dealings unless you want to get it yourself, and if you're honest, and then you can make money with Bitcoin. That's what they tell me to do. But I don't know. Yeah, that's 75, 80% of the people that are in here. Now that they all found out that they're actually passing this crap, they're going, oh my God, my nephew Tommy was actually correct. That little genius, he's right again. I got to get some money into this thing, slow this bitch down. Oh, yeah, Q1 is for slowing it all down so the rest of the S-curve can position and get all their people, because I don't think they could buy themselves. This is my opinion. I don't even know that. I don't think they could buy themselves. I'm pretty sure they can't. Don't tell me they don't have people buying. Bullshit. Don't you bullcrap me. I don't want to hear it. Nobody tell me crap like that, or else you can just please open your eyes a little more widely. Let me stay nice. All right, well, look it. I carry on, and I carry on, and I carry on, and I don't look at, good morning, Hollywood. How you doing this morning? Guys, my comments, either they're not working, or all I got was, good morning, Tanker. Hey, Studio, good morning. And hey, Hollywood, Mrs. Loopy. Cram, good morning. Welcome everybody into the channel. I'm not getting anything on my Streamlabs. I can't even see myself. I don't even see any comments here. I'm trying to use my phone to see comments. Please don't just let that discourage you from liking and sharing the comments and telling me what you think on this whole thing. Because I have gone on and on the entire episode. And if you came in late, rewind it. I'm trying to stay on topic these days. We'll do too much sidetracking, so let's stay on topic. I've been going the entire time here. Blah, 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 blah on the Clarity Act. Why in effing the world hasn't it passed yet? They know exactly what's going on. Don't give me that garbage. They're trying to work it out with the banks with yield and blah, 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 and stable coins. Garbage. They've been working it out for the longest time. They all know where it all stands. This is all delay, 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 delay. You can call it tinfoil hat. I'm telling you. These people, all this is that last 75% of all of the parrots and all of the robots that are there over at the big house up there on the hill and elsewhere, everywhere up there in D.C. God bless you all, and I love you, by the way. Please don't do anything to me. You're much bigger than me. You could just step on me like an ant. Please don't do it. I'm a nice guy. I love you. But I see what anybody would do. This is what anybody would do. These folks in power are going to do this. You're going to slow it all up just a little more. Q1, position yourself and create or continue legacy generational wealth. This is what we do. This is what the humans do. The humans. Somebody tell me if that's not correct. All right. Loopy, Mrs. Loopy says, thanks, Tag, for sharing the 8 ISOs. I looked it up. Also, I wake up often at 2:22 a.m. No coincidences. No coincidences. And there's something about 2, 2, and 2. And there's, well, I don't want to get into it deeply on 10 because we're about crypto, but there's something about that. It does tell you you're in the right place, but we're going to move on for that. Boom! Channel pulls us back. Studio's pulling us back, saying, make sure you stay on crypto. Good. You're welcome, Mrs. Loopy. And I'm glad that other folks, Markster says, love you, Mrs. Loopy, for that comment. Man, I love our community backing each other up. Guys, please tell me what you think about, before you do, please expend some caloric intake and just to use that little hand and grab that mouse. Tap that like subscribe button down at the bottom. Now, here is the thing. When it comes to crypto, I've not heard a lot in the comments section. In fact, go ahead. Would you help, please, in the comments? And would you help tell me where you stand, even if you haven't commented yet on this, because we have quite a few more folks in the comments. We're talking about the Clarity Act here. Okay, we're talking about digital assets, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technologies, and so on and so forth, particularly considering these three, which are our favorites. Please don't buy or sell anything as we say or do on the channel. This is not for financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. It's for informational and educational purposes only. Crypto is very risky. You can lose your socks, your shorts, your pants, your glasses, everything in crypto. You got to talk to your financial advisor before you buy anything. But our opinion is that the three that I flashed on the screen are going nowhere but up over the next 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 years. And then also XL, HBAR, Algo, IOTA, please don't forget about Quant, perhaps ADA. I would say probably ADA, even if they're not so involved in upgrading the legacy banking system. I don't know if they get what happened with Chuck there. I don't know. Chuck, drop something on the channel and let us know what in the world happened there. I guess X is the platform. Everybody does it, and I'm supposed to use it, and I'm too old. Boy, I better get on the ball with these things. But anyway, I don't know if Cardano and Chucky and ADA and some of these others are going to go back to all-time highs, but I think most of them are, and that's what we're discussing today, because the Clarity Act being passed, guys, of course, is going to open the floodgates to trillions of dollars coming into crypto. It's going to send this stuff to the moon, and I'm interested to find out who has been playing ball with crypto. Have you been simply for educational purposes only? Has anybody been holding tight to crypto? Has anybody purchased during some of these dips we've had? And some folks, I'm wondering if you have DC8 or dollar cost average and continued to buy during most of these ups and downs of the market that we've seen over the past months. I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know what everybody else thinks about where we're going with the Clarity Act, and is this thing going to be passed Q2 2026? Because we need this thing passed quickly here. Q2 is about as long as we can wait. We're going to need this thing by about May, guys. Let me get over to some comments here as I miss. I hope everybody's doing great this morning. Drop in the comments. Let me know what you guys do for work, and let me know what your birth date is, month and day without the year, please, so that I can keep track, because we do have some birthdays coming up here on the channel. Do we not? We do. Hold on, we got a couple birthdays coming up. We do. I want to make sure I'm not missing any. No, we're good. No birthdays. We did have Hollywood's birthday this past Friday. But yes, we are about to go to the moon on some of these cryptos, and I don't know how you guys feel about it. Please drop in the comments. Let me get to some of it. Markster says H-bar and says holding so tight on H-bar. I don't think that's very... I think that's wise. I'm not a financial advisor. Markster says when the new channel is coming, talking about all things that are tinfoil. Oh yeah, that channel is coming soon. We're going to create another channel. I think it's going to be all things tinfoil. By the way, because this is crypto, of course. Cram says no one talks about XRP being pre-mined, given the protocol is low energy consumption. I know there's a lot more. I know, I agree. There's a lot of things like that nobody talks about with XRP. Carbon neutral, I do believe it is. I think some are actually carbon negative, like Algo and a couple of others, maybe H-bar. But anyway, yeah, I know. Nobody talks about that. Holding tight to all, says Marnster. Wise Marnster. Guys, tell me what you're doing with crypto, and don't give me specific amounts. Good morning, and tell me, where are you with your crypto projects? It's okay if you sold them and you had weak hands and you still want to follow the channel. I'm not going to judge anybody. I'm not here to grade anybody. First of all, grade myself. Tell me in the comments section who's holding on tight to cryptos, and how many of the 8 ISOs do you folks hold? I'm curious, because these are the future winners moving forward. Even if it's only 3 to 4 to 5 of them, it's at least going to be half of the ISOs, even if we're incorrect. Who is holding the utility of crypto moving forward? I'm curious to know. Drop in the comment section below if you might. And for everybody else, let's go ahead and pull this up so I can see. We are going, as you can see my share screen, I've got a nice blank on there. Let's go ahead and get back to some other things here. And where are you folks? I am curious on the XRP rich list, which we've got up here now. You can go to xrpscan.com. Any of you, this channel's for teaching. You can also go to XRP Tracker and get the current spot ETF XRP spot ETF capital inflows, or you can go to XRP scan, which is where we are right now. Total activated accounts, don't forget, 7,550,596. About half of them have 10 XRP or less and are not even being used. Let's please consider that. So there are really only about 3.2 mil XRP accounts that are activated. Wallets that are, accounts that are activated. Total available, I'm not going to read all these numbers, of course. That's how many are burned right here, 14 mil. Escrowed, 34 bill-ish. Circulating supply, about 65 bill. Total, about 99 bill. Here's the pie on the right and what it all looks like for XRP. Here are the wallets themselves named right here. Here's a number of Ripple wallets, number 11, number 10, number 12, and 5 million XRP, billion XRP escrowed. No. Yeah, 500 billion, 5 billion, I'm sorry. 4 billion by Ripple again. For 3 billion. It goes on and on. You can see the wallets here, and then if you'd like, you can go to the bottom and you can see where you are on the well, I say bottom, but you can see where you are on the rich list, because some folks are up here. Wow. Boy, it's fun to hop on here and realize how much XRP you actually have. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm laughing because yeah. Okay. All right, good. Enough of that. Hey guys, here's the deal. Remember, you can go on Congress's website and keep up with this stuff too and find out, literally look at their calendar and look at what they have up and coming. Okay? It's very simple. All I simply did was start here at congress.gov. I went down, and if you look at their site, you can see. Here you go, House of Representatives, Senate, blah, blah, blah. You can go to either side and you could just pull up what's going on with their meetings. You can look at a daily view or you can look at a weekly view. House and Senate committee meetings. Here you go. You can go to the weekly view and it'll pull it up and show you, get to more details on the meetings if you'd like. Thursday, of course, we have more. Then it's able to show there in that particular view. So now we have Digital Commodity Intermediaries Act down at the bottom here, able to populate, and so on and so forth. And this is a good deal of fun. We're coming back in just a moment here because we've got something fun and interesting. Sit tight, hold tight. Oh, come now. We'll be back in about 2 seconds here. Okay, we're back on. We don't have a lot of wiggle room here with the timing, as you can see, but that's fine. We're going to get into some numbers here. And let's go ahead and take a quick peek at what's going on here. Grayscale, daily inflows, 20 million, 7.57 Grayscale, Bitwise, 6.94, Canary, 2.62, Franklin 2.48, Rex Osprey 389,021 shares, 65K for the day. Those are daily inflows. Let's go ahead and get back over to it, and we shall pull it up as well on the screen. Here you go, 20.7, yeah, 20.07 daily and last close Tuesday, January 27th. And there are the numbers we just laid out for you. Here is the total XRP locked, 789.80 million in vaults as of now. That's quite a bit. Total AUM is 1.5 bill. It looks like some money, a little money left. Some money came in, but a little more money left. But we're still over 1.5 bill for total AUM on spot XRP ETFs as a whole. Week 5 net inflows 3.34 mil on XRP. And this site's pretty cool, guys. You can go here yourself. It's called xrp-insights.com. And it will show you, you can track all of your XRP locked in vaults by whom. A total of 789 XRP locked in vaults, 182 mil by Canary, Bitwise. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. Bitwise, 160 mil, and so on and so forth. Franklin, 142 mil, so on and so forth, okay? And then it totals it, gives a target here as well. You've got it in a nice boxed form as well. Pretty cool site. Feel free to go there whenever you like, and feel free to go find out where you are on the XRP rich list whenever you like. Some folks are looking mighty on the XRP rich list. We're not going to get into it. It's not a wise idea to tell everybody exactly how much XRP you have. Rest assured that some folks that are in the XRP community are doing just fine for themselves. Now, I am going to get back over to some other business here, and we'll be back in just about 2 seconds here. And we're back. All right, so Crypto Info Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. And I hope you're enjoying our shuffling over here. We're having a lot of fun here on the channel. I hope you are too. Please tell me in the comment section how many, just drop it in and just let me know, please. I'd like to know how many of the 8 ISOs, just put a number in there. It doesn't matter how much. How many of the 8 ISOs do you hold? That's not too revealing. We want to be anonymous in our nature on the channel here and with the community, but that's not going to be too revealing. How many of the 8 ISOs? Is it 3? Is it 2 of them? Don't forget, you got these 3 here, right? You got XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, Algo IOTA, Quant, and I'm pretty sure ADA. So anyway, how many of those do you folks hold? I'm rather curious to see who is, and by the way, who are the Bitcoin maxis on the channel? And if you're a Bitcoin maxi, it's fine. Guys, look here's the thing about Bitcoin. I have no problem about Bitcoin, okay? And everybody's going, oh my God, please don't go into it again, that it's not a store of value and it's a store of speculation. I guess I just did. That's enough, though. All right, that's enough on Bitcoin. Let me go back to comments. The right side, welcome back in. Currently resetting after taxes. Most folks are. Welcome back in, right side. Don't worry, guys. We're all going to be looking good. And I think a lot of folks are hoping that we do not have this run before they get tax money back and can drop in and/or incentive checks and can drop in a bunch of money to crypto. What's up, little buddy? My pit bulls love to come and join the show here, as do my kitty cats. Guys, I think that's what's happening, is that we're getting ready to load up in a big way. Anyway, who cares about what you think, Tanker? You don't know, Tanker. I'm Jax. Welcome in. I'm pretty sure I'm at least in the top 25% of the rich. Good for you, on Jax. Way to go. Can't read any of the green. Is it just my eyes? Oh, the green. No, you're not. It's not just your eyes. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I'm going to have to use a better marker on that. 50% of XRP, 50% of the other ISOs, says Rero. I feel that's about one of the smartest moves. Hey, look, I'm not a financial advisor, never financial advice. Don't you dare buy or sell anything, because it's what I say or do. Josh says, do you think Quant is worth buying over XDC? That's a tough one. Isn't that crazy that I just said that? If anybody knows about both of them, you'll know what I mean. That's a tough one. I went equal on those. I mean, I'm so... Hey, who cares about you, Tank? He didn't ask about you. See how I always do that? I try to help. I try to give you my perspective on me. Hopefully I'm helping, and it's not about me. All right, let me give you my answer. I couldn't answer. I feel that'd be too much financial advice on my end. I don't know. It's a tough call between those two. That's my answer. Flair's ready to go crazy too, by the way. And boy, I got a drop on Flair, and I got some Flair way back. But you can only buy so many, and I don't have a lot of Flair, but boy, that's going to go crazy. Watch how high Flair goes. Higher than the state of Colorado. Holy crap. Mrs. Loopy says, only holding XRP, XLM, but I'm going to change some Bitcoin to some other ISOs. Hey, you know what? Everybody, all on you, whatever you guys do. Rero says all ISOs. Yup, got you. And 50% XRP, says Rero, and 50% spread throughout the other ISOs. TYVM Tank, says the right side. Thank you something, I'm pretty sure. Guys, when you abbreviate, it's okay. No, I'm so old that I never get the abbreviations. I'm not hip. I'm not cool. I don't know. I don't understand. Ranger says, I come in and XRP is the first thing to be discussed per usual. There's far more important things happening, but they get covered up. It's Fed Day, and the Japanese yen is collapsing fast. Very true. All right, well, let's get over to it. Let's get over to some news, Rangers. I know, Rangers complains that it's, I know, you always complain, and you're not off. Wait, what? Oh, thank you for helping Studio. Studio's already on top of it with the research on Fed Day. Fed Day, let's cover it. Thank you, Rangers. Fed Day. Fed Day, of course, is Federal Reserve's monetary policy announcement, and the U.S. Central Bank's Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, meets, decided on what's happening with interest rates. And, of course, Jerome Powell jumps up there and starts clearing his throat left and right. Now, what do you guys think is going to happen? Why don't you drop it in the comments below? Drop a plus or a minus. Are rates going up or are they going down? Huh? Or staying flat, staying even, Steven. You tell me. I think they're going to do 50 basis points. I think we're looking at 0.50%, we're going to get a cut. We're going to get a nice little cut. Anybody think so? That's what I think. You don't need to agree with me. We're going to get a cut that we should have had. They might do it. They might cut it by a full point. It's about time. Enough pressure. They're about to let this thing go. They're about to do ramp up on QE like we ain't never seen. They call it something else. It's still the same thing. They're injecting money into the economy. Still the same result is what I mean. Anyway, Loopy says 3. Josh says 5. Good for you guys. Good for you guys. Cram says we're going to stay flat on this. Onjack says we're going to pause. Hollywood says top 4% here. Nice. Rate stays the same, says right side. Anticipating strong May. Noticed Pelosi sold. Okay, could be right side. We could see that. I'm going backwards in comments, as you can see, guys. Let's get over to it. Let's see what the world has to say. Channel hates me doing this live, but we're showing you how real we are, unless you got some more research for me. Guys, free open. I'm sorry. Oh, concerning the yen. All right, do we want to get over to the yen? I'm pretty sure these. Yeah. Good for you. Okay, just saw your comment. Sorry about the late comment there. Powell will defy until the end, says Onjax. He will, but here's my thing, and I'm not denying that at all. I'm not, no argument there. Here's my question is, you guys think that, do you guys think that they're going to be able to pause anymore? I don't think they're going to be able to. I think this is a point where they're at the end of the rope. We could see it next meeting. What do they meet 8 times a year? They do meet 8 times a year. What are the meetings this year? Give me the dates of all the 8 FOMC meetings for this year. So, I hadn't looked yet for this year. Shame on me. They are January 27, 28 coming up here, of course. March 17 to 18. We have April 28, 29 into Q2 here. June 16 to 17. July 28, 29. Into Q3, of course, September 15, 16, October 27, 28, December 8 to 9. It's the same every year. That sounds very familiar. Maybe it was 9/10, December 9/10 this past year. Anyway, if my memory serves me correctly, but very interesting. That's your Q4 run. So who knows what the heck's going to happen. Give me the latest on Japanese yen and what's happening. We can cover Japanese yen as well. I have no problem. The episode today, of course, is on Clarity Act. We've beaten that to death as far as we can go because we don't know when they're going to do it. My opinion is Q2 2026. If you play back the episode, you'll see. And the reason why my opinion is that, just to kind of revamp and cash in on the episode here. So folks are, hey, I thought you said the episode was about Clarity Act. Clarity Act, what I'm saying is the last, you know how a hockey, an S curve is like a hockey stick kind of thing where it does that long at the end and the last 70% or so, 75% make their move at the end. The big move is made at the end. Only about 25%, 20% comes in initially, adoption-wise, at the beginning of an S curve. But at the end, it all happens. And that's what we're looking at here with crypto, and that's what we're looking at here with what we're going to see with the Clarity Act being passed and everybody jumping in at the end as far as in D.C. This is my opinion. All the higher-ups in D.C. who can have their people purchase them are going to go, now, wait a minute. You're telling me that nephew Tommy was correct about this digital asset stuff? You're going to pass this thing? You realize how much money can be made? Hang on now. Let me do my buy-in. Right? Let me do my buy-in before it all goes up Q2. That's my opinion. Human nature is such. It is what it is. Guys, here's the current snapshot of what's happening in Japanese yen and global markets as of now, including key drivers, exchange rate behavior, and policy signals. Yen has strengthened recently, of course. Yen has rallied about 1% after traders reacted to speculation about currency intervention and coordinated action with the U.S. that we've been following for a while. A rare move that we've been following for a while. A former BOJ official says, Bank of Japan official says, Japan may hold off on direct intervention for now, focusing on preventing sharp moves rather than targeting a specific level. A time is coming when Japan and others are going to be dumping treasuries. We're going to be all about the XRP ledger and ODL on demand liquidity, and XRP flashing across this planet, turning finance into the zippity yippity skippity critter that I was always meant to be. The UFO instead of the clunky frickin' cargo plane flying like this with chicken feathers flying around in the back and it going blah 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 blah, blah and smoke flying everywhere, coming out of these frickin' clunky puttering engines. What a load of crap. That's what's going on moving forward. And then, Japan now is deeming XRP as a full-fledged financial instrument now coming up here shortly. And now the government's shutting down for this short period of time here. And now also SBI Holdings, Yoshitaka Kitao, the largest holder of SBI over there in Japan, who said 85% of all banks will be using on-demand liquidity by 2025. They are shutting their bank down to allow for massive inflows that they couldn't handle. What in the world's going on with the flip of the switch frickin' moment? Who in the world is paying attention? Anyway, continue with Japanese yen. Japan coordination being watched is the second thing we're going to look for. U.S.-Japan coordination. Japanese authorities stated that they're in close coordination with U.S. counterparts on foreign exchange policy as intervention risk rises due to suppressed yen levels. Actual joint action hasn't been confirmed, but both sides are monitoring volatility, and we're waiting to see what happens coming up shortly here. Now, some market signals, like rate checks from the New York Fed, have been interpreted as soft pre-intervention steps, according to yen support. Third thing we're going to be watching, guys, is economic and policy background, because those matter. Japan recorded its fifth straight annual trade deficit, and markets are watching yields on long-term say that 10 times fast, JGBs with 40-year yields above 4%, which can affect forex flows in a big way and investment behavior. So we're watching that also. The backdrop also includes election-related policy uncertainty. I hope I'm not spitting too much into my microphone and into the camera. As Prime Minister Sanae Takashi, I don't mean to make fun. I try to invoke the Japanese spirit so I can say the name, enunciate the name properly. Takachi campaigns, which has intermittently stabilized the yen while raising questions about future fiscal direction. The fourth thing we're going to be looking at is exchange rate action concerning the yen. Market implied levels. Real-time data shows USD to Japanese yen about around 152 to 153, softer than recent highs, keeping that pair pretty nice as traders weigh intervention risk and global dollar trends. Technical commentary indicates that USD to JPY pair recently dipped below key levels, example 153, as yen strength picked up amid macro drivers and speculation on policy support. So now, why does this all matter right now? Because divergent monetary policy, guys, Bank of Japan, BOJ, has shifted toward a slightly more hawkish posture recently, with markets pricing further changes in rates. So U.S. Federal Reserve signals and dollar weakness. We're going to have to see what happens with the FOMC meeting with the old throat clearer who reads the teleprompter almost as good as well as I do and dodges questions almost as well as I do in the comments after. Have contributed to the yen's move. I hope you're having fun on the channel. Please tap like and subscribe if you think I'm mildly entertaining. But divergence between U.S. and Japan still exerts pressure on the pair. So intervention risk is yet another thing we're going to consider here. Intervention talk itself, even without execution, has material market impact on this whole thing, causing short-term yen gains and volatility. So we'll watch that. We'll also watch history. That history shows that intervention can temporarily support a currency, but it rarely changes long-term fundamentals or thesis without broader policy shifts, but we could see that coming up here shortly, so that could be where it doesn't repeat. History rhymes. Broader FX context to consider with this whole thing, guys. The dollar has been under pressure globally, including sharp recent declines, which supports other major currencies like the yen and the euro. And the market implication with this whole thing, what traders are going to be watching for, the driver, intervention risk, the impact on JPY, it's going to end up strengthening it. More intervention and risk. If we see U.S. dollar weakness, that's going to support the yen. If we see BOJ rate policy divergence, it's going to be mixed. Sometimes weaker yen, sometimes not. If we see Japanese politics and elections coming up here, it's going to add volatility with the whole thing concerning greater politics, Japanese politics, and elections. And if we see trade balance trends, we'll see long-term pressure. The key takeaways right now concerning the yen has recently strengthened from near 160 levels as markets price in possible policy responses. Intervention risk is real and impacts market moves, even if not executed just yet. Another thing to consider, of course, that's a major point, is exchange rates around 152 to 153 concerning the USD JPY pair are showing technical and policy-driven fluctuations that we'll keep an eye on. Market drivers are, of course, the final thing that we'll consider here, especially U.S. monetary policy and Japan's fiscal environment remain critical for direction. So, let's just see what happens. I hope you love it. We did a nice blast of a condensed episode, Ranger, for you on the yen and what in the world's happening. And now let's talk about how that interplays and connects. Let's go improv now and talk about how that's all go. And we'll get back to comments here. Now that we've laid it all out very quickly, I hope that was a nice little rundown for you and wasn't too quick. Because I know we talk fast on the channel. Sometimes you have to play this stuff back. But let's get into a real talk on crypto and what the topic is about with Clarity Act and how that all dovetails or let's just say interplays with the yen and with what's happening with SBI Holdings and Yoshitaka Kitao and all the other banks in Japan, including Bank of Japan, and including what they're doing over at SBI Holdings, shutting themselves down to allow for massive inflow coming in shortly. Somebody talk to me about it and somebody tell me what you think about all this. I hope we have enough energy for you here on the channel. Somebody get me more coffee, studio. I'm kidding. Anyway, let's get back to comments here. The yen is caught between a rock and a hard place, says Ranger, as far as the breakdown. Thank you, studio. As far as the breakdown, thanks for getting back to me on it, Ranger. Yeah, they're going back and forth with Cram there. I'm going to skip that for right now in the comments here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Please stop reversing on me. Okay, let's get back to Rangers. Rangers is saying that they print the currency, yes they do, for their own survival. So inflation will grow. We print currency to keep the yen from spiking instead of inflation. Yes, absolutely yes. Yes. Credit card rate, guys, so much to talk about. Oh my God, guys, please just you guys talk. You guys just talk. Cram, they print currency, not money, but yes, the inflation, we're already at 3% compared to other currencies. Let me help you. Ranger, help us. It's not 3%. You know that. It's not 3%, Rangers. It's more like it's somewhere around, I'm going to say 9%. You want to talk about core and super core? That's fine. You want to not include food inflation and shelter, then you can get down to 3%. But it's not. It's more like 9 to 12%. Everybody's being bullcrapped. Your money is being eroded. Your purchasing power, your money is being eroded faster than everybody's realizing. It is not 3%. That is not true. Wrong. Wrongo. No, all apologies, and I don't mean to be rough with anybody, particularly my buddy Rangers. No, 3% is not where the inflation is. That's not true. It's true, but it's not an accurate number. It's not an accurate read. Okay? Rangers, try to help people understand where inflation is. Since you're blazing the trail on this whole talk about inflation and everything else, inflation is not 3%. That's not real. It's more than that. Yeah. Core CPI isn't including food and energy, and supercore is not including food, energy, nor is including shelter. And those are the numbers they're trying to tell you and give you. When they do that, yeah, they could be at 3%. That's fine. But you're not including food and energy and shelter and all these things that everybody's paying all the money for every month. What the hell are you talking about? It's not 3%, you guys. Everybody, the world, Powell, everybody, Rangers, it's not 3%. Wrong. Wrong. That's not what everybody realizes. We don't realize 3% loss in purchasing power on our money for the year. For this last year, no. You trying to say it's 3% over this last year? No, it's not. It is if you're doing core and supercore. We still include no food or energy or shelter. Come on now. Everybody being whipped around like a wet dish rag. Don't make me pull my freaking little macro towel cleaner out and start whipping around. That bit's up. I'm done doing that thing. Precious metals. What the hell's going on with silver, by the way? Hold on. Before I get back to comments, let me see what the hell price is of silver. Silver price right now. What are you doing, silver? What are you doing on the 24? Silver, you are at $115. Thank God we bought you at $20. Where's gold? Gold's at 5,296, cranking like a son of a... What's the 3-day on gold? Up 5.16%. Gold and silver aren't going to stop. They're going to keep going until gold goes to somewhere around $20,000 to $25,000. I don't know if it's going to take a year, 3 or 5, whatever it takes. And then we'll level off. Silver is going to go to $1,000 to $2,000 for silver. It could even go higher, and that could take a year to 3 to 5. You heard it here first in the channel. I'm not a financial advisor. That's the obviousness of the truth. Those will unwind to the upside as they realize their true value in the world and the true supply scarcity, supply crunch is seen, and they're like, where the hell do I get this silver from? I'm like, why are our cell phones becoming so expensive and other stuff? Where the crunch on silver? Why are our laptops, all this stuff using solid state batteries, solar panels becoming so expensive? Because of this silver. Anyway, getting back to it. Yes, they are running to physical gold and silver. Range Cram, yes, they are. They really are. You're correct about that, Ranger. And Cram, you're over the target too. My peeps be over the target. Yes, we are. 2.7% looking at AI overview. Says the right side tanker. 3% from beginning of Jan 2026, not 2025. Gotcha. You know that you are aware that about the lie. You are. You know that, right, Rangers? You know that they're using core inflation numbers, which don't include food and energy. At times, they'll tell you when they're using it. You know that, right? Everybody's aware of this. When they get up there and they're using core CPI numbers, they are not including food and energy in those numbers. What you're spending on food and energy, the whole planet, including diesel, to keep all the huge machines going across the entire planet that build everything. Think about it. Not true. This is the U.S. But U.S. is operating in other parts of the world, though, aren't they? Mining and so on and so forth. Anyway, it's not including that. When they talk about supercore, heads up, Rangers and everybody, so you're aware, when they talk about supercore inflation numbers, they're not including food, energy, nor are they including shelter. So, housing. So, rent or mortgage. So please comment back on that and talk to me about how last year, 2025, was easily 9 to 12% inflation, eroded purchasing power on your United States dollars sitting in your old bank account. Try to tell me anything different, please. I'm not being contentious, by the way. I sound like I am. I didn't mean that at you, Rangers. I know you know the truth and the people in the community. I'm talking about the world out there at large that doesn't understand these things. And how Powell gets up there and is getting away with saying, well, we got inflation down to 3%, whatever. What did they say it was last year? What did they say inflation was last year? I don't remember. What was their number? Because it's a core number. It's not including food and energy. Just you watch and wait and see. Cram says, to be honest, they are... And this thing needs to go away so I can see. Oh, thank you. To be honest, this is one of the exciting times most exciting times in history. I had to live through one that we go down in the books. It certainly will, Cram. It's very true. So interesting. Banks have to cover All right, hang on. Hollywood says the inflated argument is a yawn fest. All right, cool. Then what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, Hollywood? It's all a yawn fest. This whole thing's a freaking yawn fest. Until we all get paid, it's all yawn fest. So have a great day. I'll see you guys in the morning. You know I love you. Crypto Info Blockchain made easy with the tech. Please tap like and subscribe because we have turned into a yawn fest. There's nothing else to talk about until our shit goes up and we're all rich. So I'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll be up about some more nonsense that doesn't really mean anything, including all the news in the crypto markets. It's all a freaking game. It's all a yawn fest. See you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. And I hope you guys still watch me once everybody gets rich from crypto and everything. Not a financial advisor. Have a great day. Keep a smile on your face. And thanks for hitting us with the truth because it is all yawn fest. See you later. Hopefully it could be more exciting tomorrow.